Hi everyone. In last video we saw hello world program. We wrote a hello world program and executed and got the output, right? So in this video we are going to see more deeper into this hello world program. Now let's start our today's video. So if you are not familiar with this code, right? Please watch my previous video and come back here. Otherwise it is difficult for you to understand. So it is if you are already aware of this program, right? If you are already know what is level program, how to write, right? Then it is good. If you are not sure about how to write hello world program, please watch my previous video and come back here so that it will be good for you to understand easily. Let's start this video. So this is the command, right? Which we wrote in the hello world program to display hello world string to the output screen. You may be still wondering what is this, right? So in this video, I will tell you basically, right, in computer program, right, when we execute something, right, when we pass some command or instruction to the computer, it execute that instruction or command and show the result, right, based on that instruction. So that's how the computer works. In general, right, in general programming language, these these programming instructions are called statement, right? So in general, computer what it do, it takes commands or instruction, execute those commands or instruction and show the results as per the execution. Similarly, in computer program, these instructions or commands are called statements. Please understand the word statement. So basically this line is a statement. So in Java, each statement has to be ended with semicolon. So that's why I added semicolon. So now you understand why I wrote this line, right, with semicolon and what is this. So basically, this is an instruction. Each instruction has to be ended with semicolon. For example, if you don't write this semicolon, right, see the error. The IntelliJ tells you that some error. If you keep the cursor over this, it will show insert semicolon, which means it is suggesting also it should be added with semicolon. So otherwise the program don't execute. If you don't add the semicolon at the end, the program will not run. So the semicolon and tells the computer that this is the end of instruction, one instruction. If you want to add multiple instruction, right? For example, if you want to add one more instruction, you'll just copy and paste it here. You can do like this. Or you can type as well, but I just copy the instruction and even for each instruction, right, we have to add the semicolon. Otherwise, the IntelliJ or IDE tells that that's a instruction has to be semicolon has to be added at the end. See, the error tells how to add the how to insert the semicolon. You can add any number of instruction, but each instruction, right, has to be entered with semicolon. Otherwise, you will get the error. So let's execute this program, right, and we'll see the result. Let me execute from at the top. So at the bottom, you can see the progress, right? See, we got the output. Hence, we added 3 instruction to display hello world, right? That's why we got 3 times hello world, hello world, hello world. Now, hope you're clear now, right? With this statement, system.out.println hello world. So why we added this statement and why do we need to add that semicolon, right? So each instruction has to be ended with semicolon. Also, in every instruction, the semicolon has to be added. Otherwise, you will get the system, the IntelliJ, the IDE will tells you to add the semicolon at the end of each instruction or statement. In general, it is called instruction. In Java term, it is statement. So hope you clear with the statement, right? Now we will see command. if you already worked in any programming language, right, you already aware what is command. For the people who are new to programming language, command means a section of text within the source code that is ignored by the compiler. Basically, the line of text, right, which is written inside the source code, basically the program, when we execute that program, the computer ignores those line and execute only the statement. The main purpose of the command is to provide explanatory information about the code, making it easier for human programmers to understand. For example, if you are writing on program, after 5 years or 10 years, someone looking into your program, and for them it is little difficult to understand the program, right? They have to look into your instruction, basically the program, and line by line to understand what you wrote, right? Simply if you add a command, right, saying that this is the logic that I wrote in the program, so if someone saw at the first time, right, you can easily able to understand the program by looking into your command section. So command, now you understand what is command, right? In Java there are two types of command. One is single line command and multi-line command. Basically, if you want to add a command in single line, for example, I am adding single line command here. So the syntax is, you need to add double forward slash. So whatever you write after the double forward slash, right, that is a single line command. So I'll just add a command saying that the below code is added to display hello world. So so someone looking into your code, right? Since this is simple syntax, they can understand. But just for your understanding, I'm saying, so the below code, right, is added to display hello world. So you will easily understand. So this is a single line command. So whatever you are writing, right, after the double forward slash will be ignored while processing this program, while executing this program. So if you want to add multiple line, right, so you can do it through like just add double forward slash. I'll just typing blah blah blah. See, these are like single line command. So when we let's try to execute this code and see the result. So you can see the progress at the end, right? See, we got the output again three times of hello world. Even though we added some line of code, right? Basically, these lines are commands, right? So that's why it is not executed. It is ignored while executing this program. So when computer execute this program, right, these lines are ignored. So it will not consider as an section. So it will execute only this line, these three line system.out.println and display three times hello world. So as I said, right, there are two types of command. This is single line command. If you want to add multi-line command, so I'll add it here. The syntax is forward slash star, and you at the end star, then backward slash. So whatever you write, right, inside this, consider as multi-line. The difference between the single line command and multi-line command, right? For in single line command, each line has to be added with double forward slash. But in multi-line command, right, you don't need to add for each line. So basically, if you like see, I'll just pressing enter, right? I'm just typing something and enter. It is see, this is the multi-line command. For continuation, they're adding star, but even if you don't add that right star, it will accept. So for just a better understanding, they added the system, the IntelliJ, the IDE adding star. But even if you don't add the star right at the end, at the beginning of each line, it will work. Basically, the syntax is forward slash star and star at the end, star backward slash. Whatever you write inside this, right? it will be considered as multi-line command. So let's try to execute this code and see the result. I am executing now. You can see the program execution at the end. See now, again we got the similar output three times of hello world. So this is the command. Basically, commands are not an instruction. These are nodes or line of text which is added in the source code to tell our explanation about this code so that someone looking into this code right, he can be able to understand easily. Now let's see output statement, Java output statement. If you already see, I'll tell you in detail. Like I'll remove these commands so that it will not look clumsy, looks clear to you as well. Like see, um, this is the output statement which I told you, which you already seen, right? So this statement basically, right? This statement, as I mentioned before, is used to display something on the output screen, right? So you may be still thinking like what is system dot what is out dot like system dot out dot println, right? Let's go through this syntax first. So there are different types of syntax to display something on the out screen. So this system, right? System dot out dot print. We can try with first. We can try first with print. Simply print. Before that, I'll show you how many syntax are available in until for the output statement. If you see system dot out dot, I'll just pressing dot. See the IntelliJ suggesting these many syntax. So which means that print, right? Whatever with the print statement, right? Print, println with care, println, then print, simply print, then println. There's a print f as well. See here is a print f. So all this print, right? Which is used to display something on the output screen. So let's try with first print statement. So if you want to display, right? As I told you, right? We already tried hello world, right? So again, I am trying hello world with under C. I just typed print, not println. Before we tried with println, right? Println, right? Now I am trying with print, simply print. So system dot out dot print. Then within bracket, I added hello world string. Let's execute this and see whether we are getting output or not. I'm executing. See, we got the output. So as expected, we got the hello world. I am just copying the same syntax below two times, maybe three times. We will see the output now. I am executing again now. We'll see what we are getting in the output screen. We got the output right, but it looks different. See, we are getting hello world three times, but we got in the same line, right? Before we got three lines, each hello world in single line, in one line. But now we got all in same line. It is because of this print. Print statement once, right? System dot print hello world. Once the hello world is printed on the screen, it will not go to the next line. It simply continue on the same line. That's why the next system dot out dot print added the hello world on the same line. So that's why we got hello world on the same line. Similarly, the third, right? Again, since we added print, right? The next statement display hello world, right? Which is added on the same line itself. So the difference, now you understand the difference for the print and println. If you want to display on each line, right, we have to add println. Basically, once this statement execute, right, the cursor will go below the next line so that the next hello world will print. Let's try with first one as println, the other two as print. Let's try this. See, since we added println, right? Once the first instruction is executed hello world on the print screen, printed displayed hello world on this output screen. Since we added ln, the cursor goes to next line and printed the hello world of the next instruction. But since we added print, right, the third instruction added the hello world at the on the same line. Okay, hope you clear, right, what I'm saying. So maybe we'll try again here as well with ln. See, now I added println for instruction 1 and instruction 2, and the third one I simply added print. We'll see. Hope you got the output right. Hope you guessed the output. The output will print hello world on each line. Let's see the output. See, we got the hello world on each line. You may be thinking like, right, since we third one, we did not add the ln at the end, just we added print, but the hello world added in next line. It is because it is not about the statement. Since, for example, once this instruction executed, the cursor will go to next line. That's why the next instruction hello world added in the next line. So the third one, right? Since the second instruction was added with println, once the second instruction executed, the cursor will go to third line and execute the third instruction. Even though it is not added println, the hello world is added at the next line. So that's the reason we got the third hello world and the next line. For example, if we add right one more system dot out dot println, are you guessing what will be the output? Since the fourth one, right, we are just added the println. Also, the third one also we added print. So without println, we added the third one and fourth one. So until the three lines will be added with hello world, the fourth one, right, will be added on this third line itself. Let's see the output. See, that's what I told, right? Hope you clear now, right? With the difference between the print and println. Also, please note that this statement, right? Actually, in real-time project, we don't use this output statement. If you are already worked in any of the programming language, right? You are already aware. But even if you are mainframe programmer, the display statement, right? Display statement is used to display something on the sysout, right? Which you don't prefer to use in the program, actual program. While debugging or while testing, we may add display statement for our testing or debugging purpose. But in real time, in real project or real application, right, we don't prefer to write display. But rarely we use in some cases like for aband in aband, right? When we program abands, we added some display statement to see why it was abandoned. So so that's how the Java program also. We rarely use this statement, but it is good to understand, right? These are the statement. These are the instruction which is used to display the uh, instruction on the output screen. So now we will see how to display integer like numbers, decimal number, right, on the output screen. So far we displayed only the string, right? Hello world. It's a basically string is a group of character. Character means a single alphabet letter. So group of alphabets, right, or a character, we call it a string in programming. In all programming, I think. I think so. So far we displayed string hello world. So in case if you want to display something like number, right? So you'll try that. So I'll keep like here. I'll just add a command, right? Uh, displaying display string. I'll keep it. So I'll try the other one, right? So we tried hello world in first instruction. Here we'll display number. So if you want to display number, right, we'll simply type the number, whatever number it is, like 5 or 6 or 59 or any number of digit. So we don't need to use double quotes. For string only, we have to use double quotes. For number, we simply write the number. Let's see the result now. So we got the output as expected. So the first instruction displayed hello world, the second instruction 59. Since we added the ln right in the first instruction, the 59 displayed in second line. So now we see the like decimal value, like system dot out dot ln, then decimal like 0.55. Let's try this. So you got 0.55. So for string, that you should understand, right? Only to display string we need double quotes. For numbers we simply type number. Decimal like float or what it is, we simply type the type without double string. If you want to display a single character, like a single alphabet, so in that case, let's try with single character. This, see, I'm trying with single character without double quotes, right? It is saying some error, cannot resolve simply. So the system does not understand what the e means, what e means. So if you want to display this, the actual syntax is to display a single character, it should be in single quotes. So see, if you want to display, even if you display with double quotes, it will work. But for single character, this is the real syntax. So, but if you add double quotes, it considers even though it is a single character, but the system understand it is a string. But if you want to tell the system it's a character single alphabet, so in that case you have to add single quotes. Let's execute this and see the result. See, we got level 59 0.55 for decimal, and at the end we got single character e. So now you understand, right, how to display numbers, string, character or alphabet, right? As I said right at the beginning, so system dot out dot, right, I'll type, right, system dot out dot. So there are many print statement available, like print ln, print, and one more syntax, print f, right? So far we've seen print ln and print. So let's see the printf now, like printf, printf. See the this is the syntax. The IntelliJ suggests you the syntax as well. So the printf has two ways we can use. So I'll try, right. Like let's try the printf with hello world now. Maybe with uh with some name, right? Sam. I have to add the semicolon at the end, so that's why it's showing error. So I added semicolon at the end. Let's execute this. You see some warning. We'll see what this is. Redundant call to printf. Replace printf with print. So I will tell you why we are getting this. Like this is not an error. This is a warning. So error is in red underline, right? But here it's in yellow color. So warning you can skip and the program will execute. We'll execute. We will execute this program and see the result now. See, we got the SAM output. So you may be thinking, what is the difference between the printf and println, right? So the printf, right? So printf that provides formatted output, similar to the printf function in C. So most of us worked in C program, right? So the printf, this printf is almost same as the printf in C. So let's see this in practical, right? So let's show you some example. Like um, so in mainframe, right? For the people I'm saying, for the mainframe people I'm saying, like if you want to display something in the output sysout, right? So along with some other dynamic variable, like for example, this is only for mainframe people. Like when if you want to display something, right? Display, and then we display, right? Something like display first name, right? This is the variable, right? First name. So if we enter this code, right? We can see the value present inside this variable is first name, right? In the sys out. If you want to add like in the beginning, like first name, what we do like within double quotes, right? First name. So this is how we type in the COBOL, right? So that we get kind of formatted output, right? So we will know that the displayed value is the first name. So similarly, if you want to format something on the output screen, so we go with printf. So we'll try the same thing in the printf also. If you want to display along with first name, right? So like if you let's try something like this. Uh, First name, and the syntax is right. So this is the string, right? Within whatever we write double quotes, right? It is string. So the syntax is, so I want to display first name. So if you run this, it will display first name. But I wanted to display the name as well, right? So in that case, so here, right, the syntax is percentage. In Java, we call it as format specifier. So there are different format specifier is there, but just uh, uh, just try with this string now. Like for string, the syntax is percentage, then yes. Okay, this is for string, and then what value has to be passed to this string, right? Has to be entered here. Like for this example, I am just hard coding here, but if you have some variable, you can declare that as well. We call it this as argument. Like so, I want to display Sam, right? Sam. So if I run this, let's see. First, let me execute this and see the result, so that you will understand what I'm saying. See, we got the output. Like first name, and then see this argument, right? This is the first argument. So whatever we type after this comma, right, it will be considered as argument. You can type any number of argument. In this case, we entered only one argument. So the first format specifier, right, which will be replaced with this first argument. So that's why the percentage is as displayed as Sam. So if you want to display one more, right, like first name and last name. So in that case also, we'll add format specifier, that is string, right? The first name is also string, the second name also string. So since this is the first argument, I need to add one more argument, right, for the last name. So Sam Karan. So if I run this, we'll see the result. We got the output, right? First name and then Sam and then Karan. So the first format specifier is replaced with the first argument. The second format specifier replaced with second argument. So that's why we got the output first name colon then space, right? The space, since we gave it here, so that space came here. There's one more space, right, between first name and last name. So this space because of this one. So hope you clear, right? How we got this first name colon Sam and Karan. So for example, if I'm just changing the argument alone, like I keep the Karan as first argument and Sam as second argument. Let's see, hope you're able to guess the output, right? So what will come, we'll see in the output, like, see, the first name is Karan Sam. Since we change the argument, right? The first, whatever we return, the first argument will be replaced, replace the format specifier in the first position. The second format position, right, format specifiers position is replaced by second argument, that is Sam. So that's why we got current first and Sam in second. Similarly, there are many format specifiers are there in Java. I'll just tell you a few, like percentages is for string, right? Similarly, we have, if you want to display integer, right? So in that case, percentage D. So like I'll type 10. Since it's integer, we don't need this string, right? Percentage D. Maybe I'll add something like mark. So I am getting error. Let's see. Cannot resolve. See, by mistake I selected println, right? That's why I'm getting error. So I need to select printf so that it will mark as percentage D uh, for our number, that is integer, or even for decimal also we can use. For float, the syntax is C. If you see, I'm just trying showing you the shortcut way. Like, once you type SOUT, right, it's suggesting the IntelliJ, the IDE tool suggesting the commands. So before I selected T, right? Now I'm selecting F because this for format. So now, yeah, this is the error we before we got, right? Redundant call to printf, replace printf with print. Basically, what the IntelliJ is saying that since we are not using any format specifier inside this printf, it is good, right? It is good to use print or println anything. Since we cannot use a format specifier inside the println, it is IntelliJ suggesting us. That's why we got earlier. Do you remember, guys? Earlier we got this same warning, so that's why we got the warning. So if I add any precision, right, the warning will go away. Like we saw string, then decimal or integer, then float, right? For float, percentage of, then 0.2, then for character, right? This is out again format. Then for character, the format specifier is percentage C. Percentage C for character. Like I'm just typing S. See, for S, what I told before, like for single character, we have to enter within the single quotes for character. And if you want to add some line break, right? For example, oh, I will come. If we execute this, right, what the output will be like, hi, welcome, right? In case if you want to display, right, the I in the first line and welcome in the second line, the format specifier for this percentage n, so that the I will display in the first line. Since we added the precision, right, for with the n, that is percentage n, syntax to move into next line. So then the welcome will go to the next line. Let's see each output. Like we added this four line, like four instruction. Let's see the output. So after, so the first name, right, this is the first name. So after that, we got everything on the same line. So which means the printf does not enter the output in the next line. So that's why people have to add this n at the end. Maybe I'll show you. I'll explain you now for better understanding. So since it's difficult to understand, right, what is written, so I'll add percentage n at on each statement so that we'll verify the result. I'm just adding the next line format, right? Format specifier. Just adding percentage n. So here we already have. Okay, now let's execute and see the result for this for statement. Okay, so after first name, right? So this is the first name, current Sam. After that, we added 10, right, to display. See, we got 10. As expected, we got 10, right? So the next line instruction or statement we added to display float. So since it is float, right, it is added to this is the system defined. Okay, if you want to truncate also, that also possible. That is a different syntax. I will show you that as well once this completed. So this one, right, this to display single character. We added single character. Yes, we got the output. Yes, as well. And the last one is for new line, right? Hi in the first line and next line it went and welcome. You may be thinking why the one space is added before welcome, right? It is because that here we added one spaces. If we remove the spaces, the I and welcome starts on the same column. Let's try that. Yeah, now it is in same column on each line. So before end of this session, right? I'll forget to tell you this, right? I told you I will tell you later. So what it is? So if you want to truncate the decimal value, right? When you display something on the screen, I said, right? Let's see the printf format specifier for float. So it has so many features. So let's see. So I already entered the code, so I don't want to waste your time by simply typing all these things. So I already entered the code, and I'll explain you one by one. Like if we take this first sysao.printf, right? So which we already seen, right? So for example, the percentage n, which I have selected, right? So which is already you already aware, right? Which is used to split the line to next line. So this is unclear, and percentage of is right for displaying float. Since we added percentage of the argument, also we entered some float float value. Like maybe I'll change it to something else like 34789.45. So if we run this statement, right, the output will be like the same, right? Since we added the float, the percentage f will be replaced by this value, and the percentage n will go to the next line. So in the next line, what the next printf statement is? See, this is a decimal, and you already know the percentage n is for next line, and see the difference is this 0.2. Since we already know that percentage f, right? This is to display float. But if you want to display only the two digit of the decimal, for example, maybe I'll change this to uh, see this argument as decimal value with four digit after that decimal, right? This means it has four. But if you want to see the only the two digit after the decimal, so in that case, just add zero point 0.2 between percentage and f, so that we'll see the output like 2345.78. Maybe I will execute this at the end and will show you the results as well. But as of now, just understand, just add zero point 0.2 so that it will display only the two digit after the decimal. If you don't want any decimal, right? So in that case, 0 instead of 2, right? Zero point 0.2. Since we need a two digit after the decimals, we added zero point 0.2. If you don't want any decimal after point, so just add zero point 0 between percentage and f, so that you will get the output only this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's alone. Similarly, this statement, the next one, printf. This one, we need if you want to print the decimal, the dot, but you don't want to digit after that. If you don't want to display the numbers after the decimal point, that case, what we do, zero point 0, right? That is to skip all the digit after the decimal point. But you still want to see the decimal, right? That case, as is has to be added. So in that case, you will get output something like 3456 dot. You don't get the 78. At the end, we will see we will verify the result in the output as well. As of now, this is the syntax. So, and the last one is group digit. So this is to group like so number will be presented with comma, right? If it is larger digit number for better and readable, right? We add comma, right? For that, add comma here. So this between percentage f point to tell us that we need two digit after the decimal. Maybe I'll add one digit so that you'll see only the two digits 78 in the output. So point to tells we need only two digit after the decimal point, and also the number has to be grouped by comma. Let's see. Maybe I'll execute this and I'll see the output for your better understanding. I'm executing this. We'll see the output. So we got the output. Let's verify our result. Like since the first one is simple float rate, so it is displayed as it is by adding leading, that is zeros at the end. There is no meaning of adding zero, but this is standard syntax. So that's how the syntax works. So it's added zero at the end. The next syntax to two decimal has to display only the two decimal, two digit after the decimal. So see here 7856. So it is also rounded, right? So since it is greater than 5 or greater than 5, the digit has to be increased by 1, right? That's why we got 79. That is good. Then non-decimal. If you don't want to display any digit after the decimal, we added zero point 0, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also it is rounded. See, the 6 is becomes 7. It is because after decimal we have 5 are greater than 5, right? So that's why we got 7. So this one also correct. And the other one is to keep the decimal point, right? I added the command for your better understanding only, so that you will be able to understand easily. So the no decimal digit, but keep the decimal point. So we got the output like 345.6. We got the decimal point, but we did not get any digit after the decimal point. So this one also correct. The last one is grouping digit. So this one, as I said, right, we need uh, since we added zero point 0.2, right? So there will be two digit after, so which is 78. We got 78 two digit. Also we added comma, right? So the number is grouped. See, the number is comma is added in the number for better readable. So we all the output is as expected. So we are good. So hope you clear with the uh, format specifier for float. So the video is getting bigger and bigger. So I'll stop it here, and it's time to test your understanding. So, so let's take this program as an example. So this is the first question for you. Um, so what is the command? We discussed two types of commands, right, in this video. So which command I have used in this program, whether it is a single line command or multi-line command. This is your first question. And your next question is, I explained you different types of print statement, right? In this video, how many print statement we discussed? Maybe if you are, maybe you can answer the numbers, number of print statement we discussed, or if you know what are the print which we discussed, maybe uh, answer that as well. If you know very well, you can answer that as well. So these are the two questions, right? I'm expecting your answer in the comment section. Thank you for your time spending on this video. Have a good day.